Hey, my name is Dan. I used to work at the biggest dealership in the country, and now I teach fine folks just like you how not to get fucked when buying a car. Now in this video I want to talk to you about why people choose to pay every single day $1,000 for us to find them a car. Why do you think that would be? Well, let me just put you in a perspective. Can you bake a cake? You absolutely can. When you're getting married, did you bake your own cake? Or did you have a professional, probably $1,000, maybe even $700? Wedding cakes are hella expensive. Did you have a professional make you a cake? Why? Because you wanted a professional to do the absolute best. Because we provide the best experience, zero headache, the best possible price, with absolutely no hassle at all. When a person is ordering a car with us, it's the same way they're ordering pizza. I want a 2015 Lexus RX 350. I want it white or black, and I want white or black seats. I want backup camera, heated seats, and navigation. That's it. 30 seconds worth of conversation. We find them a car. They don't have to ever visit the dealership. They can sign all the paperwork and everything can be mailed to them. They don't have to ever visit the dealership to pick up the car can be delivered to them. We live in 21st century. We have smartphones. Why are we still going to car dealerships to buy cars? It simply doesn't make sense. If you're thinking that this is some kind of just a promotional video or I'm just trying to sell you something, no, not in this video. In some other one I definitely will. And don't get me wrong, I would love to have some of your money. I can definitely put it to good use. However, I just want you to understand why we do what we do. And when somebody is giving us $1,000 for us to find them a car, it only makes sense. Let's say a car is $30,000. We find a car for them for $27,000. Let's just go with bare minimums. Let's not get any crazy prices here, just bare minimums. Let's say we find it only for $3,000 less, right? 27 plus $1,000 the fee that they paid us, that's $28,000. Still, for $2,000 less, they had no headache. They spoke to no sleazy ass annoying hovering over them salesman. They didn't have to work with any single manager, not one. They didn't have to work with any single F&I manager, not one. And they got the best possible interest rate they got. We don't provide any interest rates. We don't do any of that. Unlike Autogravity or some other companies that will get you a quote and then increase your interest rate so they would get extra money, we don't do any of that. You get your financing from a credit union or a bank directly with no middleman. If you are getting your financing done through a middleman, you're getting fucked big time, big time. The reason it's free is because your interest rate is not going to be the lowest possible. It's going to be increased because that person that worked for you or company that worked for you made some money by increasing your interest rate. You did not get the best possible interest rate, okay? I know I'm saying interest rate a lot. That's only because it's kind of important. The difference between 3% and 4% could be $1,000 or more. That person could have made $1,000 just like that in few hours. Do you make $1,000 in few hours? Unfortunately, neither do I. Now let's talk about apps. Apps where you can go and pretend to buy a car online. You cannot buy a car online. Am I making myself clear? You cannot buy a car online. You can fill out paperwork. You will still have to either go to the dealership or dealership is going to either email you or fax you or snail mail you physical paperwork which you will still have to sign. I'm just going to repeat it again. You cannot buy a car online in America because dealerships did everything they could do so you would not be able to buy a car online. Because if you would be able to buy a car online, you would negotiate the shit out of these dealerships and they would not even exist. You would just buy cars directly from car manufacturers. When you're going to an app like Autogravity or some bullshit app to buy a car online, you're not getting the best possible deal. How are you going to get the best possible deal when they have a partnership with the dealership just like a broker? Who do you think is more important for auto gravity, for example? The partnerships that they have with multi-million-dollar dealerships or you? You think they have your best interest in their mind? Really? Are you paying them? No. Well then why the fuck would they have your best interest in their mind? Next, let's talk about car brokers, free car brokers, and why they are the most expensive way to buy a car. When you're going through a free car broker, which we are not, you go to a person and you ask them to buy a car for you. You ask them to find you a best deal. That person says, no problem, Joe. I'll find you the best possible deal and I'm not even gonna charge you for it. How is that person making money if he's not charging you for it? Oh, he must be working with the dealerships and he's working with the financing companies. He has about a dozen different dealerships, or that company has about a dozen different dealerships that they work with. You ask them, hey, I need a 2015 RX 350 with this price and this many miles and these colors and these options. No problem, Joe. We'll find you that car. Hey, Bob, we're looking for this car right here. Do you have it? Yeah, we got 10 of them. Pick any one you want. Perfect. Here's 3 different options, sir. Which one do you like better? That's it. You didn't get the best possible price, because if you lower the price anymore, the commission of that person, of the free car broker, goes down. If you negotiate anything, the commission of that person goes down. When we negotiate, when we look for cars, we don't give a fuck about their commission. They can go get fucked because you already paid us. We, like a hired mercenary, go after the dealerships and get the best possible price. That's our job. That's what we get paid for. We get paid for it. We're doing it. It's just that simple. When you are putting your finances in that person's trust, with us, you don't ever do that. I don't care what your credit score is. I never see your social security number. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you do for a living, as long as you can afford the car. And that is really your business. We find you the car, and if you can't afford it, well, you probably shouldn't be looking for a car you can't afford. The bottom line is, when you're working with a free car broker, or even a broker that's charging you, a couple of $100, would they fuck the dealership that they're working with? Who do you think is more important to them? A business partner, or several of them, the dealerships, or a customer that comes and goes, which is you? Of course, the business partnership. The business partnership is more important than the customer. We have no business partnerships. We have no dealers that are friends. We have nobody that's on our side except us. It's just us and us. That's it. That's why we truly fight to get the best possible price, to get you the best possible deal, to get you the car without you having to go through a dealership and having zero headaches. That's why we do what we do. A lot of dealerships these days do not want to negotiate. They got this trend from CarMax, but it's not CarMax's fault. It's our fault. It is our fault as customers, and mainly as dudes, because we got no fucking balls. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up below and click the subscribe button over my head, or watch one of those 2 videos if you want to see more money saving tips about cars. This is Dan with 60 Minute Car. I'm signing out, and I'll see you on the internet.